WWE 2K23 Season Pass has been revealed by 2K. We have the full list of all of the DLC packs, including their release dates. We're going to go through that. Plus, we have new information regarding MyGM mode and Creation Suite that I'm happy to discuss with you. Let's get into it all right now. There's a lot of news coming out this morning regarding the Season Pass. Some websites were posting it, they took it down, there was misspelled names in there, it was a whole mess. 2K themselves came out and they have confirmed the full list of DLC that we can expect this year. The Season Pass itself does include the MyRise Mega Boost with 200 additional attribute points, a supercharger that unlocks all base game WWE legends, and features the following packs and playable superstars. They also note that the following DLC packs will also be available for individual purchase. So just like last year, if you don't want to get the Season Pass and you only want one or two of these packs, you can go and buy them individually. Last year, I think they were around $9, $10 if you wanted to buy each individual pack. The first DLC pack is going to be Steiner Row Pack. This is going to be released April 19th. We're going to get Scott Steiner, Rick Steiner, B-Fab, but only available as a manager, Top Dollar, and Ashante Adonis. We're getting Hit Row and we're getting the Steiner brothers to kick things off in April. What do you think? I'm a little disappointed that we're not getting Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. Having the Steiner brothers in there, I absolutely love it. I can't wait to play with them, but I'm disappointed it's not Big Papa Pump. I'm gonna have to rely on the modding community. What I won't be surprised by, honestly, is if this turns into a My Faction situation. That they give us Scott Steiner when he was a part of the tag team with Rick, and then as a My Faction thing, we'll find it'll be Big Papa Pump will be in there. Then we'll all be mad about it. Hit Row being in there is great. Sad that B-Fab is not going to be playable as a superstar in matches, but again, she has only been in a managerial role. I think we can get around that with Creation Suite though. The second DLC is the Pretty Sweet Pack, May 17th. We're getting Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Tiffany Stratton, Elton Prince, and Kit Wilson. This, I think, is a very good pack. Let me know your thoughts. Glad to see Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows back in there. Tiffany Stratton is a win, I think, because a lot of people just really enjoy her in NXT. And getting Pretty Deadly, I think they're a tag team that's going to be up on the main roster pretty soon too, in my opinion. The third DLC pack is Race to NXT Pack, releasing June 14th. You're going to get Harley Race, Ivy Nile, Wendy Chu, Tony D'Angelo, and Trick Williams. This pack, I feel, is it's okay. It's okay. I think for a lot of these, some of these stars should just be in the base game. This goes back to the devs when they even said that they have held some stars back out of the game and put them in as DLC. And I believe they even said in interviews that it will have some fans questioning and scratching their heads why they're not in the game. And it's because they're DLC. The likes of Trick Williams, for example, or Tony D'Angelo, I think should be just in the game. The fourth DLC pack is Revel with Wyatt Pack, coming out July 19th. This pack is going to give us Bray Wyatt, Zeus, Valhalla, Joe Gacy, and Blair Davenport. This could be the more popular pack simply because of Bray Wyatt. Should assume we're going to get brand new version of Bray Wyatt. That's exciting. No Fiend in there. I kind of wish that we were going to get kind of like a Bray Wyatt pack. I think that'd be very popular. Glad Valhalla's in there, Joe Gacy, and Blair Davenport, and then you got Zeus. That's okay. We get Zeus. It'll be fun to have them go up against Hogan, but I think that's kind of a silly spot and a silly use of a DLC. Then the fifth and final DLC is the Bad News U pack, coming out August 16th. We're gonna get Eve Torres, Wade Barrett, Damon Kemp, Andre Chase, and Nathan Frazier. I think this is also a fairly strong pack. However, I do wish overall we were seeing more women's legends, divas in there. Eve Torres was suspected in that whole newspaper article, that teaser thing from 2K, but I think fans were also hoping for the likes of, for example, Michelle McCool would be in there. The rest of the name's great. Wade Barrett was very much up there as a possible DLC. I think there's some goods and there's some bads in here, to be honest. Am I nuts about this? Not really. I was hoping for more legends. Pat McAfee isn't even in here. That's really disappointing to me. Steiners are great, but not Big Papa Pump. Wade Barrett, Bray Wyatt, great. Those are wins. Eve Torres, that's a win. But I still feel it's lacking a little bit. I think they could have done a little bit better job with these packs. More information regarding some of the game modes. And the first one is talking about MyGM and what we can expect in terms of features. Mike writes that there's going to be two new brands, NXT 2.0 and WCW. That to me is a massive win, being able to have WCW included, so that we are going to be able to play Raw, SmackDown, NXT 2.0, and WCW. I think that's tremendous. WCW, Monday Nitro versus Monday Night Raw. I'm into it. I love that as an added feature for the arenas. There's going to be 12 total match types. Steel Cage, which is brand new, Backstage Brawl, Falls Count Anywhere, Last Man Standing, Submission, Iron Man, Tornado Tag. These are all new match types included. Remember, 2K has also reported and stated that they're going to have up to 4 players in MyGM mode. I know there was some rumblings and some quoted stuff regarding War Games maybe being in MyGM. Believe it when I see it next week, but I don't think it is, because it does seem like we're going to get up to 4 players, meaning tag team matches and fatal 4-ways and triple threats being available in the mode. Mike also writes that for the titles, we're looking at the US title, Intercontinental, the Raw, SmackDown tag team titles, the North American title, and the Hardcore title as being new additions in the game. This is great. This was a big problem with last year that I personally had. Didn't have mid-card titles in the game mode, and including more of the NXT titles is also a big win. I am excited for this. This really flushes out GM mode for me with, frankly, the basics that should have been there in last year's game. Yes, I am disappointed that we're not going to get 3-on-3 matches, War Games, Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble is not listed. Those are all hindrances of the mode. That should all be in there and ready to go and play to build out my general manager experience. The last piece regarding my GM mode, Mike writes the following: in addition to Breeze and Woods are selectable GMs, you can also pick from Kurt Angle, Eric Bischoff, and Mick Foley. These are great options. I'm glad that they're changing it up, that we're not going to be dealing with just having Adam Pearce or the McMahons in there. These are all general managers in WWE, so this is a lot of fun, especially when you can have Eric Bischoff as your general manager for WCW. The other pieces that Mike talks about is that we're going to have unlimited seasons, so your GM mode is going to just go on forever. And I'm really glad that they are doing this, and they're not just holding it to a matter of weeks. Having unlimited seasons is a win. Lastly, he writes, there are now seasonal challenges, the Slammies, Hall of Fame trophies, and roster shakeups. This sounds like trades. If this is going to be trades within 2K23's GM mode, I'm all in. I'm excited. I'm hyped for it. Putting challenges in there is a great way to keep people engaged and coming back and trying to do different things in the mode. So I have to say, I'm pretty excited that MyGM is getting these improvements. On the creation front, Mike writes the following and what we can expect for updates there. In the creation suite, there's going to be over 600 new Create a Superstar parts. Advanced Entrance is there, and quote, dozens of new Create and Arena parts. Advanced Entrance Creator we already knew about. I'm glad that they're increasing the amount of parts that are included. And for Create an Arena, Create a Show, I think it's good news that we're going to get more parts added. This is where I was hoping we would see different layouts for stadiums, for arenas, and allow players to customize a little bit more when it comes to Create an Arena. I'm kind of disappointed by the DLC list overall. I think there's some good stuff in there, there's some wins, and there's some stuff that's just a little disappointing. We're not going to get the likes of, say, Pat McAfee in there, or other legends, or divas and female legends too. No other word yet regarding things like universe mode. I think Creation Suite, those updates are a win. But if you can, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel here, because I'll have all the news and updates for you all week long regarding 2K23. See ya.